What's up, YouTube? Angry Jackalope, Rob Ricks. I'm back. And I'm a little mad, actually. Little perturbed. Some of you that follow me on Facebook know that I have problems with my heels. And for the longest time, for 11 years to be specific, I thought I had gout. And it's not that I just made the shit up and said, I believe I've got gout. No. I was hurting really bad. I went in to get checked out, and the motherfucker looked me up and down, saw that I was a fat fuck, and said, oh, you've got the gout. I said, I don't have the gout. You've got the gout. No, doc, I don't have the gout. Gout typically is in the big toe and the digits and the joints. I do not have the motherfucking gout. Okay, smart guy, let's do some blood work. And if you got elevated levels of purine in your blood, you've got the gout. Fine. Do some blood work, elevated level of purine. So I'm like, shit, motherfucker is right. I guess I got gout. So for 11 years, every time I'd have what I thought was a gout flare-up, I'd scratch my head trying to figure out what the fuck I had eaten to cause it. And I was sitting there taking all these meds and shit, trying to alleviate it, try to deal with the fucking pain of it. And, you know, after 3 or 4 days, it'd go away. And I was like, okay, well, I guess the meds do something. Well, imagine the surprise when your boy Angry Jackalope is sitting in bed one day, pain threshold spiking past 10. I had to reset my fucking pain threshold, and just deep calf pains and all this other stuff. I go into the ER thinking that I have deep vein thrombosis or some shit, and I don't know if I don't think I told you this guy's the story. I might have said it on fucking Facebook. That's why it sounded familiar to me. Anyway, anywho, I go in to the ER. They check for a deep vein thrombosis, and they do ultrasound and all this shit. And they're like, no, you don't have shit. You're good. But you do have a problem with your Achilles. And I'm like, oh, shit. So they send me to this fucking specialist. I go to a specialist who does an x-ray. We start going through the history and whatnot. And he asked me, okay, tell me what's going on. You know, so I said, oh, I got gout. And he said, let me stop you. Who told you got gout? So I tell him the whole story. He goes, that guy's full of shit. You do not have gout. So he shows me the x-ray. Said if you would have had gout, you'd have little clouds. That's the crystals and shit. You don't have that. But what you do have is a really nasty bone spur on your heel that's hooked into your Achilles. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, I gotta sneeze. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. So, on the one hand, I'm happy I don't have fucking gout. On the other hand, I'm pissed off because the solution to this particular problem that I've got is slice my fucking heel open, fillet the motherfucker, go in with a bone saw and some other shit to fucking round out my heel and cut off the bone spur, reattach the Achilles. If the bone spur is up in there, they have to take the Achilles part off, reattach the Achilles, suture everything back up, and then I just fucking sit like for like fucking 6 weeks, no movement, no nothing, no weight bearing on the fucking heel. And it's actually both heels, so I'd be like, I'm Professor Charles Xavier. I'm in my wheelchair rolling around, right? So that sucks ass. And after the 4 to 6 weeks, then there's another few weeks where you're wearing a boot, and then after that, it's like 4 months of physical therapy. I'm doing a video. Wearing a boot, and then after that, got 4 to 6 months of physical therapy, which would suck ass, which would be just a big pain in the ass. So I'm upset because 11 years ago, a misdiagnosis from a fucking doctor, if he had done his fucking job and done a simple fucking x-ray, which wouldn't have been a big deal, he would have saw the bone spurs. They could have did something at the time, because fuck, 6 years ago, I wasn't nearly as busy or fired up as I am now about trying to get shit done. So anyway, my advice to you is if you feel strongly about something, have another fucking doctor check you out or have something else. Get a second opinion, third opinion, fourth opinion, fifth, fuck it, whatever. It's your prerogative. Don't just follow what some cocksucker says at fucking, face value, because a lot of times these fucking doctors don't know shit. They talk like they know shit, but they don't. They'll make some shit up and they'll say some outlandish bullshit, but Every so often you do get a doctor that knows his shit. Like this foot doctor, he looked at my shit real quick and said, "You don't have it." And so we went and did a CAT scan of it. CAT scan was showing all kinds of crazy hooks, and there's a dimple in there that he was pointing at, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is. I've never seen this before." He goes, "That hook thing, does that bother you?" I'm like, "No." And he said, "Here's your bone spur right here." He goes, "It's pretty crazy." He goes, "So if you want to do operation, come and see me, and we'll take care of." So, I'm not planning on doing it anytime soon. I might do that in a year or so if some of this other stuff I'm trying on the side doesn't work. But for right now, really perturbed, really upset. So anyway, I just want to share that with you guys. I'm sharing all my health stuff with you. Another update, I just today went in to see the neurologist, and he is very happy with the results that I've had with my supplementation and my diet change, as well as getting the sleep that I need. Looks like a lot of my memory loss stuff wasn't some kind of early form of dementia, but indeed it was. I'm not indeed. Instead, it turns out it was a lot of sleep deprivation, bad diet. I was doing some cholesterol medication that was causing some problems with my thinking. I have now gotten off of the lovastatin. I've been on the supplementation regimen that was specified by Dr. Joel Wallach, who is amazing. I have to do a whole series on that shit. And the longevity products. And my blood work now is fucking awesome. No more fatty liver. A lot of the other stuff is cleaner now. I did that stress test. Heart's a fucking amazing. I haven't been able to exercise because of the torn rotator cuff. Obviously the fucking heels, which I thought was gout related, but turns out they're bone spurs. So, doing running and walking and anything that's a little more aggressive, anything above walking, causes inflammation, and I'm laid out for like 3 or 4 days while that shit's just working itself out. But I haven't been working out the way I wanted to. But with the diet, like I've been eating a lot more eggs, which is funny, right? Because eggs are bad, eggs are good, eggs are bad, eggs are good, eggs are good again. So I've been cutting shit like soda out. I've been trying to cut that all the way out. It's really difficult, but I have been able to phase it way down. And then the other kicker that I just learned while I was in North Carolina was a lot of the sodas has phosphoric acid, which is part of the fizzy stuff that makes soda so fucking awesome. It robs your body of calcium. So the bone spurs are a byproduct of the body going, fuck, we have loss of calcium, trying to rebuild, build, and I got all this weird bone growth happening. It almost looks like fucking hooks and shit. I'm waiting for like bones to start jutting out of my shoulder and Wolverine shit. That would be fucking cool if I could pop claws and shit. But without a healing factor, it fucking hurts. Infection. I'm gonna die like Wolverine. Anyway, so yeah, Doc with the neurologist said he doesn't see a need to see me anymore. He said, "Dude, you are fucking great." We did a few tests. He asked me some questions that he had asked me before. We did, the whole memory stuff. And he's like, "Yeah, you're good." So story time now officially is just for you guys, really. I'm doing story time just to entertain you guys and give you some shit, talk about me and whatnot. And maybe, I'll have some historical stuff for my kids. But it's not now, I'm not sitting there stressing about memory stuff because things are coming back to me every day. I'm remembering more and more stuff from the past that was kind of disappearing. So I think now that I'm not sleep deprived, and now that I'm exercising a little bit here and there, a lot more walking, stuff like that, watching what I'm eating, and more specifically the supplementation, getting the nutrients and stuff that my body just can't get from normal food, for the simple reason that the soil and stuff that the food are being grown in is nutrient deprived and devoid in the soil. And these are all scientific facts you can go look up. And add in all the GMO shit that's happening. It's no wonder we're all fucked up, right? And I blame our government and all these other special interests for not really sharing stuff with us. In fact, you know what? Fuck this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another conspiracy theory, another conspiracy corner, talking about the medical industry bullshit with Crisco, the Crisco oil, all of this bullshit that we've been taught and fed since an early age. This is just fucking outright lies. Fluoride in the fucking water. I mean, the list goes on and on. I can sound like Mel Gibson conspiracy theory. Yeah, now there's a conspiracy for you. But what's fucked up is the shit's real. It's fucking real. We have medical shit I can cite and point to that you guys would go look at. They're government. They're on the government research, but they're not public. You can't Google search them. You have to go to this government. I think it's Pub, P-U-B, like Paul Umbrella Baker, Med, M-E-D. Mary Edward David, right? PubMed.com is the repository. You can go there and search for stuff, and they'll show you all the research that's going on. But yeah, I'll touch on that. You guys are gonna be fucking pissed off. I know I was fucking mad when I started looking at that shit. Like, motherfuckers have been bullshitting us, talking about health and this, that. Motherfuckers have been giving us bullshit, So, if somebody comes to you and talks to you about supplementation, listen to them, hear what they got to say, do your own research, your own due diligence, and then make a decision. But I tell you what, the foods that we eat, even you can go to the Whole Foods and get all this, organic that. Man, the amount of iron, as an example, that is deficient in spinach, tomatoes, there's a few other vegetables that I'm missing right here. They're fractions of what they were when we were kids because of what's fucking going out the soil. It fucking boggles the mind. Anyway, that's it for this one. I just wanted to give you guys the medical update and tell you guys I'm fired up. I got some other stuff that I'm gonna do a whole fucking conspiracy series. Angry Jackalope digs deep into the issue to bring you the motherfucking truth. Fuck it. Might as well, right? Okay, guys. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell all your fucking friends. Until next time, please be good to each other.